Hello and welcome back to JomezPro's coverage of round one of the 2024 PDGA Pro World Championships. We're watching the back nine right now from New London Tech. Just an incredibly difficult course, and we're perhaps going to see a course record.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not Isaac, it's going to be someone else. I mean, the course is getting shredded up by so many players. It's always amazing to me, once the World Championship starts, how players who I already thought were so gifted and talented just kick it up the next notch. This title means so much to every single person here, and they really show it. I mean, it's incredible. Isaac Robinson, one roller that just barely snuck OB away from being 8 under on the front nine on a course where 8 under is incredible. I believe when these guys finished their round, I think 8 and 9 under were the top scores, and they nearly achieved that on the front nine alone. So pretty incredible stuff that we've seen thus far from our reigning world champion.
Hole 10, par 3, 444 feet, just slightly downhill. You can pretty much throw whatever driver you want, or now that we're looking at this guy, maybe you could just go ahead and go putter.
Luna, 444. Once again, just lunatic.
Oh my goodness.
I just feel like if I wanted to throw a putter that hard, I might be able to get that much distance, but it's going to go right and it's going to be fluttering.
And I feel like the thing is he didn't really look like he threw it that hard.
He almost looks bored too. Like birdies are almost too easy.
This is more what you tend to see.
Thank you, Isaac.
Nice fast driver thrown up high, fading left.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Oh no.
Hits the edge of the bricks and the crowd doesn't know. They're clapping. They think the shot was great. It looked great, but it's going to be out of bounds. Another OB stroke for Isaac.
Simon, lot of width here.
I like this.
Just needs to check.
I like this.
It does do that.
A little short, but in the circle, putting for birdie. Slow start for McBeth. 7 back of our leader. But nobody knows his course better than him. McBeth says it. He believes wholeheartedly that this is undoubtedly a top 10 course in the world.
Where is this going? Super wide from Ricky. Might as well, I guess. One way to control the distance.
To get to 2 under. Oh, wow. More hyzer than you typically see from Simon. A little more left than you typically see, but it's in.
He deserves a good catch. After all those nice, entertaining runs at the basket he gave us on the front nine.
And Ricky sends that one in with some authority.
Rick doesn't really deal in good or bad catches. He just kind of puts it right there on the pole. Catch it if you dare. Basket, I feel like, is what he's saying.
A little windy in an elevated basket, coming back for par, and Isaac now has 2 par saves with OB drives. And McBeth is now under par. Again. Hold up. Just required 2 throws from all the players. Isaac obviously with the added bonus stroke. Now 3 players tied at 7.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm here to tell you that today's video is sponsored by Wysocki. If you haven't tried Wysocki yet, what are you waiting for? We've had so many people tell us how they enjoy having Wossokis out on the course and in their everyday life, and even defending world champion Isaac Robinson is now on the Wysocki train. He's sponsored by them. He wears the shoes out on the course. Anyways, I'm here to tell you about the brand new Courtside Classic. These shoes are incredible. They are a perfect addition to your Wysocki collection with a sleek, city urban vibe, and they got all the comfort, durability, and innovation that you expect from Wysocki, which means that they are 100% waterproof, not water resistant. So join the massive group of disc golfers that are on the Wysocki train, and even the likes of defending world champion Isaac Robinson. What are you waiting for? Go to Wysocki.com/JomezPro. There you're going to find 15% off your first order. That's Wysocki.com/JomezPro, or click the link down below, or scan the QR code on the screen right now. Get started today, 15% off your first order. All right, don't wait around any longer. Thanks once again to Wysocki for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it.
Back into the woods after that little break of 2 holes out in the green grass. Hole 11, par 4, 560. This one swings slightly left and then sharply back to the right. The basket protected by this 80-foot tunnel of tiny tree trunks. And if you go to either side there, it's more difficult than you might think to try to get through those up to the basket. So accuracy really important here. You'd love to find a landing zone that lines you up with that tunnel so you have an opportunity to get through there cleanly.
Wow, tracking the right side the whole way. Ends up behind a tree or next to a tree. There will be some kind of shot down the tunnel on his second. Flipping up a bit flatter, but at the end, maybe moving similarly left. Yeah, just right around the same spot as Simon.
We got a camera in Rick's pocket here, so it's going to be a nice perspective on the drive.
Even straighter for Ricky. This is ideal.
Kind of a big built-up tee. I think that's why it's tough to find a good camera position for our tee cam, because there is a big bench on the back of this tee pad.
Maybe never been an easier hole that Simon or that Isaac's ever played. Just a straight angled wooded shot.
These guys didn't hit many trees.
Not anything until the very end.
Oh, and we're going to see just how
brutal.
tricky those trees are going to be. We'll see how much depth he got through there, but really unfortunate.
That
Just
was
pushing the ceiling.
That was like, what, a leaf or two from being just perfect. Yeah, I think Paul's going to like that. Simon having to go with a standstill forehand with the tree in an uncomfortable place.
Ooh, overcooked.
Finds a way all the way through.
Whoa, sweet.
That is a very good break. Really, you can't throw it much better than this off the tee for Rick. Just standstill putter approach, a little bit pulled to the left side, though.
You can see him standing right next to the 250-foot marker. To give you a little context. Man, he's going to have windows here, but man, you really got to get this putt out of your hand at the right timing. Nicely done.
And it's on a little bit of a slope. If you get too aggressive in there, you can find yourself with a decently long comebacker. Doesn't scare Rick from giving it a little bit of a high floaty bid. Now Simon, after sneaking through all the tiny trees, this putt for birdie and send it home, buddy. That is a 4 out of the last 5 stretch for Simon. He is now 3 under. And McBeth gets the 2. A little bit more traditional play there for McBeth. Such a smooth delivery. The wind up, the load, the release, just beautiful transition from backswing to smooth release. That's why he's one of the GOATs.
And Isaac Robinson is in third because those other guys are now 8 under par.
Unbelievable.
Looking at hole 12 here, 344, slightly downhill. Probably the most straightforward hole on this course. It's right there. You can see the gap you need to hit. OB on the right side, slope on the left. Backhand mid-range, I would think, for all of these guys.
Easiest hole in the course. 2.47 average.
This looks very nice. Oh, good run and slows down. I think the nightmare scenario on this hole, you see the prominent fairway tree right in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
If you catch the right side of it,
Bye-bye.
you're going OB
That's
to the
happening.
right.
Yes, it is.
So that is in these players' minds as they're kind of setting this one up. Give that a wide berth, just like McBeth has done here. Slide it back across the fairway.
Yep.
Might as well just park it. Beautiful shot. He's heating up a little bit.
Yep. That's going to be 4 through 5 for McBeth. Gap couldn't look any bigger for these guys.
Yeah, I
The way
could have sworn the trees were closer together when I played it.
it's the angle of where the tee cam is. It's off to the left side of the tee box.
Sure.
If you're on the tee box, that tree on the right side is a lot more in your vision than it appears from this camera angle. But look how these guys, I mean, they make the gap look like it's 30 feet wide, and it's just not. I mean, nearly skips up and collects a little bit of metal. It's going to be not an easy comeback putt there for Isaac, going a little deep. And he's off the top. So a little slow stretch for Isaac right now. And Simon on the opposite end, he is really heating up.
Yeah, the rest of the card more than happy to go ahead and try to close down a stroke on Isaac.
And Isaac really should have made that putt. That was certainly within the range that he has been so consistent at. We talked a bit about it last couple of tournaments. The thing that really held Isaac back early in the season wasn't his accuracy. His accuracy is going to be S-class forever. That's just the way he throws. He's just putting wasn't quite crisp. But lately, the reason why he has been back in the mix, that putter's been finding the bottom of the basket.
-9 is now the pace. Joey and Anthony
Unreal.
on fire. Hole 13, par 4, 527. 2 fairways to choose from. Our drone likes the one on the left. I personally like the one on the right. But you can do whatever you want here. Got to hit the first gap. Aggressive backhand hyzer to the left if that's what you're shooting for. Power forehand will get you down the right side, as will mid-range turnover.
I think the drone chose the route that maybe 10% of people in the field are going to choose.
Simon being one of them.
Yeah, Simon being one of them. Now he's certainly forced into
No,
that.
actually, I take that back.
yeah.
He wasn't trying.
No, he's trying to go the right side as well.
Yeah, because that flipped up more. It looked like aggressive hyzer, but it flipped up quite a bit.
McBeth trying to get the thing to just that one dark tree that you can see in the distance. You're just trying to somehow get past that anyway. There's these 2 little skinny trees that Paul actually hit one. Those little trees you can't see from the tee pad, but you know there's just a little tiny gap there. If you can sneak around that big dark tree, you're going to be in a great spot.
Forehand mid-range here. Potentially putter, and you're hating it.
That's going to be a tough par to save.
Yeah. Bad shot, bad kick for Ricky. This certainly is going to that left side.
Yes, it is.
And doing a really good job
Right in the fairway. That's great.
Wow, this is way out of position. Anything back onto the fairway would be great.
Wow, gets full flight. I mean, a few limbs away from maybe even having a deep C2 putt, perhaps. But either way, now it should be just a jump putt up to take the par. Just close enough to the gap to have a swing, but Paul just throws it straight into the ground. He's going to be about 75 feet short.
This is just dream location.
It's so good. And the par streak is over.
Maybe more than 10% of the field better try that.
Yeah, I just don't think that the camera isn't going to illustrate how difficult it is to get to that spot. It is a very narrow pinch point, and also your disc has to hyzer at just the perfect moment to find that window. Okay, so maybe a little bit more than a jump putt. Ricky has to get to a knee and find a high and hyzer line with the forehand.
Beautiful shot. What a scrambling masterclass. He was barely on hole 13 after that drive. He's somewhere, he's not on the T-sign map anymore. He's somewhere else. That was fantastic recovery.
Oh!
Speaking of a fantastic recovery, disappointing approach from McBeth, just strikes from outside C2 potentially.
Vintage.
Oh, give me another look.
Paul, get out.
There, he moved, yeah. Just incredible.
Well, I liked it until I saw that he blocked the camera. I didn't like that part.
Easiest birdie ever from Isaac. Beautiful drive, controlled approach. Getting back to what he does best, birdie and disc golf holes.
And so Ricky with the only par, but call that one a birdie. I mean, you're walking away with some good feelings after those two scramble shots.
Simon sneaking through the trees there.
Awesome.
Very well done from him.
And look at him now. He is 6 down to the last 7. He is 5 under.
Look at Burrell and Anderson. They will not stop. They're both 10 under now.
What's happening? Like, this course is like really hard, right? Like, we can talk about that.
I felt like it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because this hole is 390 and it has a kind of an awkward pinch off the tee and a low ceiling and some trees in the middle.
It's a tight gap. It's an elevated pin. It's got a lot of challenge to it. At least there isn't any out of bounds. I would expect mid-range turnover, perhaps fairway driver for these guys if they want to. You can swing that a little bit more.
And it goes slightly up before it starts going downhill. So the nose angle has to be perfect.
This needs to just swing back left ever so slightly to get really close. Yeah, that's nice. That's just outside the circle.
That's great. Getting a look on hole 14 feels good.
I think Paul's going to show us the driver. Swinging left a little bit more. And that's going to be also near the circle's edge.
And just outside, I believe.
I don't think it has the distance.
Okay.
Well, it might. It honestly
certainly
it
does not anymore.
It might have. It just looked a little low to me, but it might have slid up, actually.
I think you're right, though. I think it's still probably 40 feet short if it doesn't hit those trees, but now he's back edge of C2, maybe even short of C2.
This is higher, but it's starting to fade left.
Yeah, and those limbs are very grabby. And very much in the way of an otherwise pretty good throw. He likes it.
Wow.
Started to charge.
Whoa.
Okay. Back-to-back holes now. McBeth, now Isaac. Wow.
Beautiful putt. Outside circle 2.
Oh. And Simon's birdie streak comes to an end at 5. Incredible run.
Paul looking for a 5th birdie in a row.
Oh, and his birdie streak comes to an end. So everyone drawing at least metal on their putts, but only Isaac from near 70 feet plus able to make the birdie on 14. And it's good to see Simon at 5 under now with that start. Just for the first 5 holes, he hits metal for birdie. None of them go in. Then he takes a bogey, and it's just like, man, it just can't quite get over that edge. Meanwhile, Isaac is just getting all the holes. Now Simon's starting to claw his way back in.
Hole 15 is a shorter par 4 with a really tight tunnel to start and then swinging uphill and to the right to a fairly open secondary fairway. If you can get out, you're feeling really good about your chances to make birdie. If you go backhand and you're going straight, you're probably throwing blind up to this basket, but you can kind of gauge it by those trees right behind the pin. Big forehand, probably the best way to chew up distance.
Anthony just wants to get out the gap, so he's going to go Luna.
Gosh, that is so pure.
What a weapon, man. That is just turned into one of the scariest things off the tee. If you see him lining up that disc, it's probably about to be a great shot thrown. Just under 700 foot par 4. He just nearly eagles it with the same disc.
He's going to have some work left.
Through 15 holes. Through 15
11
holes.
under.
Through 15 holes. 4 pars.
I don't actually know what the course record is. It might be moot point anyway because some OB was removed. But I can't imagine it's more than 11.
Why does Isaac make a sidearm shot look like it's a backhand shot?
Simon will do the same thing.
Yeah, he certainly will. And that was even prettier. I mean, but that's Simon. Simon's going to throw the hyzer flip turnover. Isaac doesn't do the angle flippy stuff. He just puts it on one line and it goes straight. Makes it a lot harder to do what Simon did.
Incredible gap hitting.
Yeah, this is beautiful. This is a masterclass on how to throw straight lines in the woods.
See, if Ricky can hit this, I think he'll have the best of the bunch.
Just needs to avoid those trees at the corner. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. On the road. He's going to be able to see the pin, which is a slight advantage, I'd say. But also, he's 40 to 60 feet closer than these guys. A good approach from McBeth. It was just such a perfectly sculpted shot for Simon off the tee.
Look at all the height he trusts this one with. Just knowing the stability, throwing it up high so it comes in so slow, not a lot of skip action. Gonna get a nice birdie here.
Tracking a bit right there for Isaac. That's just fine. And finally get up to Ricky's drive. He can probably see half the basket.
Everybody in the circle.
All right, we are going to be knocking on the door of a star frame here. I think that pretty much seals it. Is that the first star frame of the World Championships? I believe it is.
I agree.
At least one that will donate money to charity on Jomez's behalf. Isaac in the double-digit club with Anthony and Joey Buckets.
My buddies and I just helped grow the global disc golf community. Check it out. We got our favorite shirts at Quirky Goodies, and a percentage of the sales proceeds go to the Paul McBeth Foundation. They build great disc golf courses all around the world. I picked up 3 shirts for myself. This one's my favorite. Hey, if you're like me and you're always looking for a discount code, use this one, JomezPro 15. That'll give you 15% off. QuirkyGoodies.com. Buy a shirt, make a difference.
Can I?
Please.
Just such a cool shape for a hole. 435 feet, par 3, and it's just a four-hander's dream. We might see 2 forehands. I mean, this is going to be impressive for the backhanders to get a look, but I know they will.
Yeah, they will. If you step up to this hole as a power forehand thrower and you just think, I could ace this.
Mm-hmm.
If everything went right, I could ace this, and it would be the greatest ace of my life.
It would be so cool.
Anthony hardly needs to put any movement on it. He
didn't-
can just kind of throw it straight because he has that much power.
Didn't really work its way from right to left and back right, just straight and then off to the right. Leaves him just inside 40, which, you know where it's going.
Unbelievable round.
4 pars through 16 holes. I'm in awe. The pace that this World Championships has started is just blowing me away.
And Anthony is
Come
just
on now.
sneaking it right on
Oh,
through.
come on now, Isaac. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You know. But the result is just outside the circle.
Simon going to show us the power forehand.
That's the shape.
Just a little short.
Yeah, maybe just a little short.
But it sneaks
Oh,
through.
yeah. Wonderful. But that's the shape this hole was designed for. Just a touch more power, which Paul definitely has in the bag. Oh, my goodness. That's just
Barely.
5 inches away from perfection. I was going to say similar. Both right on that edge. May not be easy over there to save the par. Yeah, certainly not easy.
Nicely done. Mm-hmm. Looked like you might save a birdie there for a second.
I did. I was getting excited. Paul doesn't get this way unless he's trying to run it. The rocking back and forth thing, okay. Usually that's when he gets excited because he's seen a line, but
Sometimes just getting out of the woods takes that kind of focus. Like he might be just trying to make sure he drives the putt through to hit a really thin line.
oh my gosh, a backhand birdie on 16, folks. Shouldn't be done, but this is the man for the job.
These are some of the most impressive rounds I've seen all season that we're seeing crafted here by Anthony, Joey, and Isaac. And I mean, perfect place. Of course, we'd expect it. The World Championships, the best players in the world, but potentially more impressive than some of the 1100 rated rounds we've already seen.
Yeah.
Simon sticks the birdie. And we know these won't be 1100 because this course is so hard in the woods. It just, that our rating system doesn't respect these rounds as much as maybe it should, or as much as me and you at least would like to see it.
100%.
But these are incredible, consistent, just devastatingly good performances to open up the World Championship. See if they can close it out. The last 2 holes are so difficult.
Oh, what a save for Ricky. And how many times when we've talked about rounds of the year has Anthony Barella been on that short list? I mean, he has delivered in the Open, in the Woods, so many rounds where we're just like, how is this humanly possible in this day and age of disc golf? We're at that stage already. I didn't think we'd be there for a while, but here we are, and he's doing it, and he's doing it in all sorts of ways. And he's at 12 under through 16. It's inspiring, really, for younger people. For me, I'm past inspiration. I'm just
bitter.
I'm bitter, really, is what I'm getting at. Well, good thing they birdied 16 for Simon and for Isaac, because this last 2-hole stretch is really, you've already seen your birdies. 17 and 18, you were done birdieing, folks.
I got a sense we might see some, but probably not on 18, right? I mean, 18 is insane.
It's not a par 4, but they call it that.
17, you need just the best shot this guy can throw right now. I mean, you need to go over 400 down this tunnel. I don't think that's it, but somehow it is.
Oh, boy.
You got to love that. Sometimes it's going. Everything's going, because that missed the fairway early and still chewed up a ton of distance. He's not in birdie position.
No, we're not birdieing.
But he's way up.
Happy with the result.
We're probably not bogeying. This needs to start swinging back. That's going to be off fairway right.
That's in prison.
This is in even maybe a worse spot. Shorter, deeper into the woods.
That's in Guantanamo Bay. And
man, that was close.
And that's in, we'll call that Pennsylvania.
That was close. If that could just flip. But yeah, your birdie's impossible from here, I would think, or nearly.
You know, I mean, aside from a throw-in. And Ricky's going to just nail this line. Great shot. Whoa, big skip. What?
That's really good, but I don't think it's... I see circle 2. So he's about 60. Like, that was phenomenal.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, roller. Trying to manufacture something. I think he's done all right with this. Gonna have some trees to miss.
Yeah, a creative approach. I mean, because that's what you're left with. I mean, the roller is skinnier, flying through the air than the horizontal air shot. So Simon just kind of playing his odds.
Paul's going deeper into the woods. Does he get out?
No.
Not quite, but good forward progress. Very aggressive.
I mean, he's serving his time right now. What? How do you get that throw off from that stance and then just deliver a strike? That is very gifted. It really is what it comes out. There's just a very gifted ability to be able to do that. It's incredible.
This looks great.
Okay. He's been bailed out. Wow, that was close to hitting one of those bogey trees. But Simon has managed to scramble his way through. And that shot from Isaac nets him 100 feet.
Maybe more. I mean,
maybe more, yeah.
It's such a difficult
And
hole.
Ricky's insane forehand. This is as close as he got. And draws a piece of the basket. But yeah, 17 is just a tall task of a birdie.
Yeah, just to even imagine someone driving it to a place where they're like, oh, great, this is a good spot. Like, you just don't see it. It's certainly possible. Somebody must have done it, but it takes an incredible throw.
Of the 16 birdies, 10 of them were achieved from inside the circle. The others were there. I mean, they're sending him in there from deep C2. It's just so hard to, A, get to the landing zone, and then B, your second shot requires just as accurate, if not more, than your tee shot. 2 players at 11 going into the 17th hole.
So Anthony made bogey.
And Joey buckets as well.
Okay. Looking at the 18th. Par 4. Uphill. 872. Gray is out of bounds. So you might want to keep it in that little middle area that's kind of side slopey. There's still some fairway trees. What are you going to do? You're going to lay down a roller right now? If you want to birdie it, you might want to try that.
Yeah.
Giant turnover. This is Buckets throwing his third. Easy little putter right to the base of the basket, and that's going to secure par. And a 9-under start to his World Championships.
Okay, so 9 under for Joey Buckets. Luke Taylor, 9 under. And this is his second shot. I don't know how his tee shot got that far. He might be a crazy man for throwing it that far off the tee.
Wow.
And the spotter is giving him green. He's going to be putting for birdie on 18. Chains outright. That is one of the more painful birdie misses you'll ever have. Wow. But still, incredible 9-under round for Luke Taylor.
So you're looking to land this on that gravel road if you're playing for birdie. Isaac wants this to drift right. I don't think he's trying for birdie, though. With that power, you would have to go for at least 100 more feet than that, I would think.
Yeah,
So that's
at
a position play.
Simon's taken an aggressive run up.
This guy's never made a position play in his life.
Oh my gosh. Okay, send it to the moon, Simon. This is coming back in bounds, too. Oh, he's around the trees.
That's how you do it.
Okay, well, it brings legitimacy back to the par 4 name.
Simon grabbing at the elbow. Hopefully he's not feeling pain this early in the Worlds.
Yeah, certainly. And this is going to be a left side safe, but it's going to require Paul to hit a very sketchy line through the trees if he wants to get good distance on his second.
Normally you would think going to the forehand would mean playing for par, but Rick does shoot him out there.
Yeah, he does.
So he might still have some kind of play. I kind of doubt it, though.
It's going to be a long way uphill for Ricky from there, but you're not wrong. He's got the power to do it.
Looks like mid-range again here. It's great because it's so straight, it's safe, not going to take big skips. That side hill pretty much negated by that play. He's not going to worry about that at all, where driver will run down left if you're not careful.
That couldn't have been an inch off of dead center either direction on that shot. And Ricky doesn't want it.
Yeah, just a mid or putter there. So just kind of a setup shot. I'll go and stand still here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need a ton of distance. You just want to hit that gap. I don't hate that play at all.
Yep, job done. A little bit of technicality to that next shot.
Okay, so Simon's going to have to probably go down the road with a hyzer flip. That tree. Oh my gosh. Still outside C2.
What an insane disc golf hole.
You got to play it to understand, I think. It doesn't look like much on camera.
It looks beautiful and difficult to me.
It is beautiful. 100%. Gorgeous hole. This commentator thinks, you got all this going on? Take the OB away. Let us play through the woods. Let us get aggressive. Then maybe you might see some more birdies. That's just what this commentator thinks.
I don't mind your suggestion at all. Beautiful little forehand from Rick.
Isaac leaving that just a bit short.
What a day for Isaac Robinson.
No kidding. Already secured himself a spot on lead card for round 2. Simon trying to make it. You don't get aggressive off the tee without trying to get a little aggressive and get the birdie. But it will be a par for him and hopefully for everyone. Yep, Isaac in the bucket. So we're going to get 4 pars in this hole. Common score, 47% of the field taking the 4. Uncommon score, birdies on the hole.
How many we got?
There were 0 until the last few cards came in, and we had 2. And
wow.
It was Corey Ellis and Ty Love in perfect conditions, best players in the world, 2 birdies.
Literal. I mean, the World Championship A pool. You know, like
yes.
Shades of Northwood Black. Like,
oh sure,
the craziness of some of these. And it's not just par 3s. Generally, your very hardest get would be a par 3. And now you're looking at these crazy par 4s and 5s. That's incredible. Hats off to those guys for making birdie. I probably will never do it. I'd love to see it someday.
Well, hats off to Simon Lizotte for 6 under in the back 9. Paul McBeth 5 under in the back 9. That got him back in the event. Simon on our leaderboard with that back 9. Slow start. After that, it was fantastic. Isaac Robinson, Anthony Burrell, Luke Taylor, and Joey Bucket's going to be on our lead card going over to Ivy Hill. A big one. A big golf course. Couldn't be much different than what we have over here at New London, but this is the course where the World Championships will be decided. 3 rounds at Ivy Hill. So tomorrow we're really going to see this tournament shake out.
Gonna be awesome. I'm getting more excited by the day. I've been looking forward to bringing this coverage, playing in this tournament, seeing who is going to rise to the occasion. We're getting that first taste right now. Come on back all week. We're going to be bringing you all 5 rounds of the Professional Disc Golf World Championships here on JomezPro.